Well, good evening, and welcome to Dr. C. Rochelle Ministries as we present to you the pre-discussion for women who rise and they reach to inspire somebody else to soar. I have with me my really good friend, my sister in the Lord, in professional worlds, in casual worlds. I have my sister with me tonight, and I am so glad I got Miss Aisha Sanders. Yes, come on in. And while you're coming in, please click that like and share button. Please click that like and share button as you're coming in. We're just going to whet your appetite tonight. Aisha is here with me. Yes, all the way from South Holland. I am so glad to have you with me. Yes, I see you all coming in. Click that like and share button and don't hang out on the stream on the bank. We want you to step into the water. Come on in, everybody, as we are preparing just to whet your appetite, give you a little bit of insight about what we're going to do on tomorrow evening. Aisha, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Listen, while the folks are coming in, while they're making up their mind to get off the bank, listen, I just want you to begin to just tell us who Aisha is. Like, who is Miss I know who I met all them years ago. Been about 13 years now that we met. And so just talk about who Aisha is.
Okay, so with a lot of people, I wear several different hats. So I'm a mother, I'm an aunt, I'm a boss.
Come on.
In my professional world, I'm God's daughter, right? But I'm also broken, and I'm healed, and I'm strong, and I'm confident, but I'm also insecure. And I think the beauty in all of that is all of those things can exist together. I can't hear you, Ann.
You know, one of the things I really love about you, that you've always been so pure and always been so just authentic in who Aisha is. And that's why when I was thinking about doing such a show as this, you came to mind. What was that, back in May or June? It was back in May, towards the end of May. And I reached out to you and I said, you know, good evening, Debbie Jordan. So good to see you. Yes, I was just like, okay, Lord, who do you want me to bring? And he said, he showed me you. I thought about you. I was like, I don't know how she's going to accept this, a call, but I'm praying that she would because of your authenticity. A lot of people can't handle authentic folks.
That's true.
That's
true.
And when you're just authentic in your heart. Good evening, Miss Yvette Polk. So glad you're here, all the way from Mississippi. Yes.
Good evening.
Yes.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining. I got Miss Aisha here with me this evening. You all just whetting your appetite. Good evening, Evangelist Taylor, all the way from the west side of the city of Chicago. Yes, sir. She's here with us tonight. And Aisha you're such, your authenticity is what I really love about you. And so what can you say to others? Like you just said, I'm broken, but I'm healed. Like, what does that mean? I'm broken, but I'm healed.
That means to me that there are still parts of me that need to be healed. I will not sit here and say that I have arrived or, that I have all the answers, because I don't. I still have insecurities. There's still things that cause me to feel uncomfortable or activated or triggered even. There are still things from my past that may linger, but there are a lot of things that I have been healed from. A lot of times hurt people. And I will say that my spiritual mother has always told me, sometimes you have to minister from where you are. And so sometimes we don't allow ourselves to be authentic or be transparent because people will see through. I'm going to be honest. I
Mm-hmm.
am broken, but I can also help you from where I am. I can also help you from where I know I'm supposed to be. Um, and so I am healed, but I'm also broken. I'm confident in some areas of my life, and there are some areas of my life where I do feel a little insecure, and I've got to have a little more words of affirmation or validation to make me feel better in those areas or more confident in those areas.
So then what would you say to a little girl like me? I ain't no little girl by no stretch of the imagination. But just imagine me being a little girl. What can you tell me to help me through my whatever I may be struggling with at this point that's causing me pain? What can you help me with? Like what would you say to me?
I would say to you or to any other girl that you are enough.
Mm,
Period.
I'm,
Just you are enough.
wow, I am enough.
You are enough. I would also say you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Um, Start. Just start. It doesn't have to be perfect to start. You just need to start.
Just need to start.
I would say set boundaries. Set boundaries and hold to boundaries, because what will happen is we will flex our boundaries so that people are comfortable around us,
Mm,
and then we end up being the ones that are hurt in the end because we've given so much of ourselves and not made other people appreciate or respect those boundaries. People that need to be in your life or should be in your life will respect the boundaries that you set. And even at this age, when you
yeah,
start to set those boundaries,
yeah.
people that don't respect them have no place in your life.
Oh wow. Ooh,
You got to get to the point where you're okay with cutting people off.
ooh, my God. So I have to get to the place. I like that. I have to get to a place where I'm okay with cutting folks off in my life.
Absolutely. And
Wow.
that's family, friends, relationships.
Wow.
It's
Listen,
okay.
you all share this. This is just a little snip. I mean a little bitty snippet of what we're gonna be really getting deep down and diving down into on tomorrow evening. When I tell you that this young woman is, I know I'm much older than you are. I check my children by almost your age, but um, now I feel old. Oh Lord. Thank you so much, Yvette. Share this out. Share it out. She says she loved this topic. Listen, many of us have experienced some type of pain, whether it's family pain, whether it's self-inflicted pain, whether it's a wound from a pain, from an experience, whether it's a wound from doing something we didn't supposed to be doing, but we did it anyway, and we inflicted the hurt and harm upon ourselves. We've all experienced it. But Aisha, and I believe the reason why the Lord told me to call you is because some of a little bit of your pain I saw, and how
Yeah.
you went through it, to me, was an example of how you start walking to your healing,
Yeah.
right? You start walking towards healing. You walk away from that thing that kept you in pain, but you
Yeah.
walk towards healing. Can you just share a little bit about walking towards your healing?
Yeah. And I'll quote my uncle who passed a couple of years ago. He used to always say, "Now what are you prepared to do? Now what are you prepared to do?" One
Wow.
of my favorite poems by Charles Swindoll says, "Life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it."
Mm.
And so, yes, to your point, we always hear the we always hear the scripture or the song that says, "I'm taking back what the devil stole." You need to also take back the things that you gave away, because the devil
Come
didn't steal
on.
everything.
Come on.
So you gave away your peace, you gave away your joy, You gave away your finances. Like, some things you have to step in the crap and realize that you gave some of the stuff away.
Wow.
And now what are you prepared to do?
Now what are you?
Now what are you prepared to do? And so I found myself in a situation, right, that followed me.
Yeah.
I could have allowed that to be my demise.
Absolutely.
I could have said, why me? Instead I said, why not me?
Yes.
I said, okay, Lord, I'm going to acknowledge what I did to get myself in this situation. And what do you want me to do at this point?
Yeah.
And that was when I started saying, okay, Lord, you need me to go and speak. You need me to help young girls. You need me to help older women. You need me to educate. Like, what is it that you need me to do so that this situation you get the glory from?
That's it.
Because that's what it's all about. Like, the glory has to be had. So what am I prepared to do from this pain so that there is purpose in the pain?
Come
Because if
on.
you stay in the pain, then there is no purpose.
Purpose.
I think a
Wow.
lot of it was for me telling myself, Aisha, somebody's got to hear your story. Or you got to touch somebody. If you go and you talk to a room of 200 people and one young girl says, you touched my heart, then me being here had purpose.
That's it. Wow. Purpose in the pain. Doesn't mean you stay in the pain.
You ain't got to stay in the pain.
You got to stay in the pain.
And we're going to talk about the difference between pain and suffering.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all listen. Y'all got to come back tomorrow night. I can't hold it much longer than this tonight. But y'all got to come back tomorrow night. Listen, share this out. I know it's the Thursday night at 8:30, almost 8:30. I need you all to share and let somebody else know to come back tomorrow evening. And let's hear tomorrow. Yvette, we're going to be on here tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. We may even be in the same room tomorrow night. If you want to join me live, put your email in the chat and I will send you the link. You'll be able to interact with Aisha in person. Hey, Sharon, thank you for joining. Yes, you'll be able to share in person if you want to join us in live setting. If you want to be a part of this, you can put your email in the chat. We're going to be here back tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock p.m. And I declare you will not be disappointed while my sister takes us on a journey that only she can tell us about. All right? Listen, join us. Thank you. Yes, come on. To share it out, And so, Aisha, before we go, yeah, she just laughing.
Because I don't know what you're getting ready to say.
I know. It ain't gonna be no surprise. Before we get ready to go, thank you, Yvette. I hope you can join us tomorrow evening. Before we get ready to go, I know you said, if we stay in the pain, then we have not figured out the purpose for us being in the pain and going through the situations or have the experiences that we experienced. What made Aisha different?
What makes me different? I can't even say that I am different. What I will say is I have taken the opportunity and the platforms that God has given me to speak, even in my own pain. We all go through. I'm pretty sure if I was listening and somebody else that's listening was on this screen talking, there's probably similar situations. The difference is I'm talking versus other people. But we have to be okay with sharing our pain. because the
Mm.
Bible talks about us being overcomers by the power of our testimony.
There
And
you
so
go.
some of the things that you go through, we're so arrogant to think that I'm going through this because of something that I did. That's arrogance.
Mm.
Maybe there's a higher purpose for why God allowed you to go through what you
Yeah.
went through, because he needs you to touch somebody else. And so when you're not sharing, when you're not talking about your healing, when you're suffering in silence, you're not figuring out the purpose.
Wow.
I think the difference for me, or what makes me different, is I have learned to grow beyond what other people think or say.
Mm.
I can't be prisoner to what other people may say or think about me, because you don't know my story. You don't know what I've gone through to get to where I am through God's grace. I can't be concerned about your thoughts or your concerns about why I choose to share what I share. It wasn't a conference call. God called me to do certain things, or say certain things, or share
it,
certain things.
it wasn't a conference call.
You don't have to
Okay.
understand.
Okay. Oh, after she said she didn't think she was different, then she said, I think I'm different because. Did y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? She had to talk herself to the difference. All right. And I believe you were different. I really do. And I told my daughter that, tell her this as well. You are different because not everybody can handle what each of us has to go through. We're different.
Right.
Because how you handled yours, somebody else would have handled it different. They may have taken their lives. You just never know. I don't know. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. All right, Aisha, listen, you all. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're going to have a really good conversation tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. Join me right back here at 7:00 tomorrow night. We're going to rise from the ashes of the pulverizing pain. And we're going to talk a little bit about what pulverizing really means. It can be debilitating. Pulverizing means that it can strike you at your very core, and you don't know what to do. You may not have figured out how to do what you need to do, but we rise from it because we rise according to the word of the Lord, how the Lord leads, guide, and direct us. So Aisha, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited.
Man, I'm so excited about tomorrow night. But anyway, we'll talk behind the scenes. Okay. Listen, you guys, we're getting ready to let you go. Thank you so much for indulging us for these 15, 16 minutes. We appreciate your time and your patience. Join us again tomorrow night at 7:00 p.m. The mission of Dr. C. Rochelle Ministries is to uplift, motivate, encourage, and inspire others to live their best lives.